Hello, welcome everybody. We're back for another Course in Miracles lesson, and today we're on lesson 140. So today we are at the final lesson before our next review period. So it's another really big, deep lesson that we're working in, and these last ones have been quite, giant strides from the beginning ones that we first started. So yes, let us get into it. I've posted a link under this video so that you can find all the information about today's lesson and read it in your own time. And yeah, we'll get straight into it. So our lesson of the day is only salvation can be said to cure. Only salvation can be said to cure. And just before we start, I looked up the word salvation just to see the meaning of it. So in the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary, it says salvation is the preservation or deliverance from harm, ruin or loss. That's how we generalize it in the world. But in the Christian theology way of looking at salvation, it's the deliverance from sin and its consequences. That's what the Christians believe. But we're not into that way of looking at it. We're looking at it from a Course in Miracles perspective. And according to A Course in Miracles, salvation does nothing. Salvation is merely the undoing in the sense that your mind simply stops supporting your dream world of anger and fear. So we're stopping all of that. That's what salvation is. And salvation lets illusions go by no longer supporting them. So it doesn't do anything in specific. It just lets go of the illusions. The illusion that you could be something other than as God created you simply disappears. That's what salvation is when we talk about it here in A Course in Miracles. So our lesson is only salvation can be said to cure. Cure is a word that cannot be applied to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial. What the world perceives as therapeutic is but what will make the body better. When it tries to heal the mind, it sees no separation from the body, where it thinks the mind exists. Its forms of healing thus must substitute illusion for illusion. One belief in sickness takes another form, and so the patient now perceives himself as well. And yes, when we talk about the mind, we often do point to our head. That's where we believe the mind is. That is the mind, the ego putting our mind there. Whereas in science, they've actually done tests and they can't find where memory comes from. They cannot find it inside. They've looked everywhere and they can't find it. So it doesn't exist in here. It is coming from an outer source, which is pulling you away from what you are. You're identifying yourself with the body, with the mind. You're putting it all into this one capsule so that when the mind is sick, this body is sick, and it's like that is what you care about. So you're inside another illusion. You're already in one illusion, which is the body, but when you put the mind in there as well, it's like this double, twofold illusion that we're living in. And that's what this is saying here. So he is not healed. He merely had a dream that he was sick. And in the dream, he found a magic formula to make him well. Yet he has not awakened from the dream, and so his mind remains exactly as it was before. It has not seen the light that would awaken him and end the dream. What difference does the content of a dream make in reality? One either sleeps or wakens. There is nothing in between. Yes, we're either we are in a dream, closing your eyes when you go to bed, you sleep, and you're either in that and you're having another dream within that. It is like that movie Inception, a dream within a dream, kind of really moving ourselves really out and away as far from creation as possible. It's like the more we get into these ways of living. So yeah, let's remove them all. Let's get into salvation. The happy dreams the Holy Spirit brings are different from the dreaming of the world, where one can merely dream he is awake. The dreams forgiveness lets the mind perceive do not induce another form of dream, so that the dreamer dreams another dream. His happy dreams are heralds of the dawn of truth upon the mind. They leap from sleep to gently waking, so that dreams are gone, and thus they cure for all eternity. Yes, once we awaken and we connect to Source, we let go of all the, putting everybody else as separate from us, when we start forgiving, it's like we're removing that layer of dream world. The more we forgive, it's like you're one with me, forgive, you're one with me, forgive. And each time you do that, you're bringing yourself closer to awakening, rather than going, you're separate to me, you've got a problem, more and more. It's like you're going further and further to sleep the more you do that. So we got to wake up. Atonement, or at-one-ment, heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind which understands that sickness can be nothing but a dream is not deceived by forms the dream may take. Sickness where guilt is absent cannot come, for it is but another form of guilt. Atonement does not heal the sick, for that is not a cure. It takes away the guilt that makes the sickness possible, and that is cure indeed, for sickness now is gone, with nothing left to which it can return. Yes, sickness and guilt are two strong forms. When you feel guilty, you end up feeling sick. It's like the whole court, you are guilty, guilty, guilty of being this evil, separate person, and the reason you feel that is just because you've separated from your source. It's nothing wrong. There's no judgments there. There's nothing to be, condemned for. But you feel it. And the more you feel it and give power to it, you got to realize you're just asleep. Get back to source and all the guilt and sickness will subside. Peace be to you who have been cured in God, and not in idle dreams. For cure must come from holiness, and holiness cannot be found where sin is cherished. God abides in holy temples. He is barred where sin has entered. Yet there is no place where he is not, and therefore sin can have no home in which to hide from his beneficence. There is no place where holiness is not, and nowhere sin and sickness can abide. Once you waken up to this and see that you've done nothing wrong, sin is just a mistake. That's all it is. It's a mistake. You're going back to the source. That's all you need to do. It's not to be sinful. You are the damned from God, condemn you. It's like, no. Let go of all that, because that is just keeping you further and further into this dream. This is the thought that cures. It does not make distinctions among unrealities, nor does it seek to heal what is not sick, unmindful where the need for healing is. This is no magic. It is merely an appeal to truth, which cannot fail to heal and heal forever. It is not a thought that judges an illusion by its size, its seeming gravity, or anything that is related to the form it takes. It merely focuses on what is, and knows that no illusion can be real. It is just that, like getting your telescope and zooming it into the truth. Once you see that truth, once you see the truth of how life actually operates, that's it. You're awake. You see it. You can't unsee what you have seen. Awareness is the amazing miracle in this world. You start becoming aware. And once you're aware, that's when your life is going to transform. You become more and more aware of what the truth actually is. So let us not try today to seek to cure what cannot suffer. Sickness. Healing must be sought, but where it is, and then applied to what is sick, so that it can be cured. There is no remedy the world provides that can effect a change in anything. The mind that brings illusions to the truth is really changed. There is no change but this, for how can one illusion differ from another but in attributes that have no substance, no reality, no core, nothing that is truly different. Today we seek to change our minds about the source of sickness, for we seek a cure for all illusions, not another shift among them. We will try today to find the source of healing, which is in our minds because our Father placed it there for us. It is not farther from us than ourselves. It is as near to us as our own thoughts, so close it is impossible to lose. We need to seek it, and it must be found. it's going beyond the thoughts. That's what we have to realize. The thoughts are the clouds. The thoughts are clouds. Every time you have a thought, it's a cloud. When you get into the stillness, you're starting to awaken. The stillness, the intelligence that is still, like the nature in the world is, it just does its thing. And because it does, it doesn't have thoughts, and it doesn't have this interference that is constantly pulling us away. Nature isn't pulled away. Nature is in its presence of what it is. That's why you feel it when you go into it. You feel because that's what you are too, and it connects you with that. We will not be misled today by what appears to us as sick. We go beyond appearances today and reach the source of healing from which nothing is exempt. We will succeed to the extent to which we realize that there can never be a meaningful distinction made between what is untrue and equally untrue. Here, there are no degrees and no beliefs that what does not exist is truer in some forms than others. All of them are false and can be cured because they are not true. So do we lay aside our amulets, our charms and medicines, our chants and bits of magic in whatever form they take? Isn't that true? Like, how much out there? Like, we've made so much. The ego mind has made so much in the world. You've got like medications, you've got all these different healing things. There's all of this, just so much out there that we could like get into and get more like Alice in Wonderland down the rabbit hole and just so lost. We will be still and listen for the voice of healing. It's so true. Be still. Listen to that voice of healing, which will cure all ills as one, restoring saneness to the Son of God. No voice but this can cure. Today we hear a single voice which speaks to us of truth, where all illusions end and peace returns to the eternal quiet home of God. We waken hearing him and let him speak to us 5 minutes as the day begins, so 5 in the morning, and end the day by listening again 5 minutes before we go to sleep. That's all we have to do. That's not much at all. 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes just before you go to sleep. Give yourself to that. Salvation can be said to cure. Our only preparation is to let our interfering thoughts be laid aside, not separately, but all of them as one. They are the same. We have no need to make them different and thus delay the time when we can hear our Father speak to us. We hear him now. We come to him today. Isn't that true about thoughts? We're like, well, this is a good one, I'll keep that. That's a happy thought. I'll have that one, I'll get rid of those ones. They're the negative ones. Stay in the positive zone. Thinky, think. And even the positive ones can kind of distract you from a deeper truth, It's not like they're harming you to such a degree they get closer, but I think when you just go still and quiet, when you can really quiet that mind, that's when you're going to find the truth. So with nothing in our hands to which we cling, with lifted hearts and listening minds, or minds out there, we pray. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Yes, so just give that 5 minutes to those words and allow Source to speak to you, to allow you to get that truth, and you will be healed just by giving up that willingness, that decision to give 5 minutes of your time to knowing the truth. And we will feel salvation cover us with soft protection and with peace so deep that no illusion can disturb our minds, nor offer proof to us that is real. This will we learn today, and we will say our prayer for healing hourly and take a minute as the hour strikes to hear the answer to our prayer to be given us as we attend in silence and in joy. This is the day when healing comes to us. This is the day when separation ends and we remember who we really are. So on the hour, every hour, bong, remember, only salvation can be said to be true. Only salvation can be said to cure. Only salvation can be said to cure all the ills, all the problems, because you're releasing yourself from all the illusions, the thoughts. And when you do that, there's nothing to. What causes you the problems? The mind constantly thinking, constantly going on and on and on, and then it affects the body with pain. So then you focus on the pains with your thoughts. And it's just that vicious circle. So every hour today, give yourself an hour of peace. In that 1 minute. In that 1 minute, an hour can kind of go so quickly. And if you've given yourself at the start of that hour, that 1 minute of peace, it's like, yes, this felt good, right? Remember the next hour. And even if you don't catch on the hour, catch within the hour whenever you can. Just bring it in as often as you can. Because when you do this, when this willingness is there, when the choice is there, you've made the decision, you've got your will in place, focused in the right place, you can't lose, you're going to get there. You really are. It's just a matter of keeping the will there, and eventually things will unfold beautifully for you. They really will. So I really, 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 really send you love. And I know that you are going to do amazing today with this practice. Say that to yourself. I'm saying it to myself. So we're going to have a wonderful practice today. We're going to see the truth. We're going to feel the truth. We're going to become the truth every day as we keep going down, down, down into this deep, beautiful course. So enjoy your practice, and I'll see you tomorrow for the review. Take care now. Bye.